Well, Donald Trump, the only thing that basically they can say about him is that he said that he wanted to stop the illegal immigration into this country and put a fence up. Okay, that's the law. You see, it is not against the law for you or me to say it because it's freedom of speech.
Yes.
But they have made it everything that Republicans oppose the Democrats on. They made that racist.
Yes.
And everybody is coming up to saying Trump is a racist. He's got racist this and he's got racist that. But what about the people that are charged with protecting that border? They are violating the law by allowing the border to be open. And so Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, as the Secretary of State, and all of these people that allowed all of these immigrants into this country are guilty of violating their oath of office and the Constitution of the United States.
Yes.
But yet and still, the only thing they do is give you that old magician's trick. Don't look at my hands, look over here.
Yeah, exactly.
And tell you it's racism, and Donald Trump is going to tear the country apart. And our Republican representatives constantly telling you and me that they want to oppose the Democrats when they join them and start calling people racist because they want to shut down the illegal immigration across that border.
And another thing that the president said, he was saying the rhetoric that's out on the campaign trail. Well, let me just point out that the president has used a lot of different rhetoric himself. When he was trying to push health care, he said that doctors were out there amputating people so that they can get more money. I thought that was the most outrageous statement against a doctor in a hospital that I've ever heard any president say. Ever. And he talked, and then this is from Breitbart.com. It says anti-Trump groups threaten large civil disobedient actions. Anti-Trump group threatened the largest civil disobedient action of the century. They said that this group. And they said that there's more to come like this right here. And I got this from MoveOn.org. MoveOn.org also raise money. They send out emails raising money saying that we're going to have more of these rallies like this right here. So they want to, this civil disobedience. I noticed that President didn't feel anything about the groups. The groups that's out there that was burning down Ferguson and Missouri and the Occupy Wall Streeters and the Black Lives Matters that were walking around with signs calling police pigs.
Yeah. What about all of the opposition to conservative thought in the campuses? We talked about Bill Ayers. Bill Ayers is a professor.
Yes, he is.
He's probably in the forefront of organizing these groups. And I still will never forget being down in Washington, D.C. When we were on the first one on the air. Yeah. And I called you and told you they had us locked up in the building.
That was Occupy Wall Street.
Occupy Wall Street.
It was Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah. And that was spawned in the campuses and funded by George Soros.
That's right.
And yet and still, they say that they dislike Trump because he was able to parlay a couple of $1 million into $1 billion, $10 billion. But they have no objection to George Soros.
That's right.
Who manipulates currency and brings down government.
That's right.
He almost brought down England. He's got a warrant on him from. I forget which country, but there's a warrant existing right now because he brought that country's currency down. Yeah. And so he's doing that, trying to do it here.
Working on that manipulation. I'm sorry.
Excuse me for interrupting. Isn't that interesting that Donald Trump is talking about one of the big problems being China destabilizing currency? Yeah. And again, as you mentioned, George Soros is famous for destabilizing the currency of countries. Right. Yes. It's almost like he's got this death wish for civilization itself. He's almost like an alien or something. Isn't he a part of the world, for God's sakes? He's destroying the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, again, Phil, I just want to mention that all the things that's going on, we can't blame. I'm not saying I'm for the process. And I'm protecting, just like Donald Trump and just like Ted Cruz and Kasich. I'm still trying to figure out, he won Ohio. Yeah. And he's running around right now saying that he's got momentum and he believed that he can win. And
how can he win if he got all of the delegates?
He got less than 100 points. Matter of fact, I heard Kasich said, but nobody can win Ohio.
You know what's interesting? Is that Marco Rubio said he was suspending his campaign. Suspending. I kept saying suspending. And then I said, he's not saying he's ending his campaign. Yeah. Suspending means to hold in an undetermined or undecided state awaiting further information. Is this what the establishment is setting us up for? Kasich may not even be able to beat Rubio because he already has more delegates than Kasich has.
Exactly right.
And so at this brokered convention or contested convention, are they going to bring Rubio in on his silver steed and he's going to save the Republican Party? And that's who the nomination and that's who the candidate is going to be?
And see, the thing is, they've got it exactly wrong. They keep talking about saving the Republican Party. They should be talking about saving America, because what we see coming is either Hillary or this clown Bernie. I'm gonna steal all your money, Sanders.
The burn. Yeah.
Either way, this country is going to be officially communist. They can talk socialism all they want, but socialism is just precursor for communism.
We see that the establishment is a part of the progressive wing, and so absolutely communist. We know, if they're going to usher in that the Democrat Party is going to be the party for the next 100 years, then absolutely it's going to be communist. That's what communism is.
That's exactly
just a
right.
one world, just a one government rule.
And what we talk about, the people coming across the border from Mexico. Mexico is officially a communist state because they've only had one-party rule there for who knows how long.
Yes.
That's what the people that are coming here, they're not coming in for immigration. They're coming in an invasion.
They're destabilizing our country, absolutely.
Bernie Sanders calls it a socialist revolution.
Yes.
Socialist revolution are for the people that live and are citizens of that country. That's what a revolution is.
Yeah.
What we got is an invasion, and a communist invasion at that. That's what's happening.
Yeah. One of the articles that you brought for us this morning, Adele, is that Obama may be planning on declaring martial law before this is over, and so we're going to be stuck with Obama.
Yeah. So, and I was just bringing that question up, just the number of things that they're working on. That and MoveOn.org said that they got more of these protests planned. Is it that we can't hold elections in November because of so much of the chaos?
Yep.
And so we're going to have to just automatically, the president with Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to just suspend it, and Obama, you're just going to have to go ahead and
suspend the election and take
until the next year, and then we'll do this next year.
Well, isn't it interesting the way they are fomenting this destabilization, and then they're going to use their own destabilization to install martial law against us. And so we have to be very vigilant.
And it's because they hate Donald Trump. They will put us in this trap just because they hate Donald Trump that much.
But they hate
because
liberty.
They hate liberty because they don't believe that the people can make their own choice if it's not handpicked by them.
But Ted Cruz better check out the people that he cozies up to, because one thing for sure, they don't like Trump. They don't like him either.
Oh, they don't like Cruz? Absolutely, they don't like Cruz.
He better be understanding what's going on here. You understand? And we are in the middle of a communist revolution in this country. That's all it is.
Yeah. Trump Cruz ought to join forces, quite frankly, and go forward as a team. That would be about the only way that we're going to be able to stop this big government oligarchy.
Again, not saving the Republican Party. The Republican Party ought to go the way of the Whigs.
That's
as
right.
I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
we
right.
need a new party, and instead of talking about saving the Republican Party, we got to be talking about saving America.
That's right.
Because
That's exactly right.
we're looking out talking about helping everybody else and letting them come into this country. But if they come in legally and go through the process, I wouldn't have any objection. But to come through here and control our elections,
Yes.
there are 27 million eligible Hispanics to vote in this election.
Wow.
That's almost as many full black people in there. We only have 38 million black people in the country.
And immigration is supposed to be to better our country. It's the
Yes.
intent. What is the intent of the people
Change
that are
the
coming
country.
over? That's right. They're
It
not
is to
trying
change
to
it.
assimilate.
They want to change
They
it.
want to change
The
it.
liberals want to change it. They want a permanent underclass, and then they talk about the browning of America.
Yeah.
It's to take away power for those that's been in those positions. And again, I'm just going to mention that Paul Ryan and the establishment, they are part of this.
Yep.
They don't have a problem. They feel that they can still hold on to their positions, Phil.
Yep.
Mayor, they feel
Exactly.
that they can still
They
hold
don't
on
care
to
if they're in the minority
Yeah.
as long as they're in their position of
Yes.
power.
Yes.
And we know that now. We know that now because we've been studying. And I want to encourage all the people who are in the liberty movement to
Yes.
stay strong. Don't be defeated because, as Plato once said, if you don't take an interest in the affairs of your government, then you are doomed to live under the rule of fools.
All right. Folks, I want to
We
just
got
say
enough of
thank
them.
you very much and we'll see you next week.
Wham Talk 1600 listeners to continue the roundtable discussions by mailing correspondence to Art of Michigan, Post Office Box 135, Garden City, Michigan 48135.
Or follow Phil, Del, and Janice at artofmichigan.com. You can also send emails to artofmichigan@hotmail.com. And most of all, continue to listen every Saturday and tell a friend.